Hi, this is Lim. Still again. So this time I'd like to talk about those supernatural occurrences in my life. Um, so far in my life, I'm sure that there must be a lot of supernatural occurrences to my life. So we're from the very past of my life. So when I was a young child, I ever played with many kids together, and we, used the sandy blocks to, fight with each other. We just throw it each other just like a game at those times. It was a game. The children play such games because the children always like the war games, yeah, the military games. So at those time, so the kids use the sandy blocks to attack each other, to as if shoot each other. And at the time of the sand blocks hit the body or hit some wall, and they burst um, very soon, just like the effect of the shooting. So that was why the children like playing by using the sandy blocks. Okay, once a time, when I use the sandy blocks to attack each other, and occasionally one of my right eye was hit. So at that time, um, that year I was only less than 5 years old, uh, 4 years old also, and I fell down. Uh, it seems a serious condition to me. I fell down and I felt I I can, at that time my eye was hit. I could not see anything. I fell down and cried in a very loud voice. And then an adult um, took me back to the home and carried me for 3 days. I That means I had laid down in the bed for 3 days and 3 nights, and keep keep the fever, high fever. And I could not remember what happened. Probably I lost consciousness because I had a very high fever, could be almost close to 40 degree. Um, and my grandparents were really worried about me, really anxious, and tried invited many doctors to check me, to cure me, and uh, have me to took a lot of medicine, and even they injected. But luckily, I had nothing um, more than that. I just, you know, escaped from the death. I did not die. I, I survived from that hit. That was the first time, uh, the serious time in my life. So my eye was hit. Okay, that means I at that time I was a kid. I could not think more deeply, but now I recalled. I think it's a doomed destiny to my life, and I was not allowed to die. Uh, at a so early age. Uh, Probably I'm you know impacted by some certain mission to my life. I'm not sure. Um, but anyhow, I escaped. The second time I recalled is when I was a small kid, mm, about no, 8 years old, or from 7 to 8 years old. Um, at that time, I was lived in the city with my parents, and someday in the afternoon, I record. I played outdoors with the children together, and we were chasing, yeah. I was chased by some other child, and I rushed forward abruptly at a corner of the road. You know, there was a corner of the wall, so that's like angle, and my head collided with the angle of the wall. So at that moment, I felt very pain in my head right here. But I could not imagine now, even now, and there's no blood. There's no blood anymore come out. Just the pain, the um, very, very sharp pain. Uh, at that time, I was a boy. I cried it by myself. No one harmed me, but just I harmed myself. So I could see anything. So I just covered my head and check my hand. There's no blood in my hands. So and then at the time I went back home because at that time my parents um, taught me very restrictively, very restrictively. So I could not tell the truth about what happened in my head to them. So I just bird by myself. Later, and this hurt got cured by itself, but left a small scar on the surface of my head. Any Anyway, I think it was another time I was not dead. Even I hurted uh, my head. The third time I recall when I was young, maybe 5 year, 5 year, no, 4 year student of the primary school. In a playing ground, sometime I try to play the pole, the metal pole, for the exercise of the gymnastics. But one afternoon, and after the class dismissed, I played that pole by myself, and I admired the other kids. They can use their both feet to hand them, upside down. Uh, and I tried it. I really I thought I was a boy. Uh, I I should do it like the other boys. and then I at the time and there's no one there. I I did not know the technique. No one taught me what are the attentions, what are the points I need to pay attention. I didn't know anything about that. I just tried, but at the time I did it. My feet did not hold my body very well. I fell down with my head about this forehead, hit the ground. At that time, from my head to the surface of the ground, there's about maybe such distance. I'm not sure. So it's a great hit. At that time, I felt very pain in my head. Mm. Concussion could be a concussion for a certain period, but as another truth, I did not tell my parent. I did not tell anyone else. I just bear it by myself, endure it by myself. So, okay, today I just talked about the three occurrences in my life, in my early life. And I thought they were the mm, accidental matter, or but I prefer to call them the supernatural happenings, supernatural occurrences, because that from any each time I did not die. Okay, as for this topic, I have some interest to talk about it later on. So if you like me, please subscribe my channel and leave comment to me, or you just click it and show you like me. See you next time.